ladies and gentlemen, Jujubear here, welcome back to the channel. And this is going to be the Risk Tournament semi-final, best of 3. This is the last of 3 between Soul Invictus and Walii from the ZEAL clan. Now, game 1, Soul got a pretty nice routine win with the SUEBI build. Game 2, there was a swap round. Walii actually got to play as a Roman build that the Soul put together. And Walii just managed to pull that out. So it's 1-1. And this is going to be the decider for the best of 3. Now, Soul has brought a very similar SUEBI build that he had in an earlier game. I think it was a build that he used earlier on in the tournament against another opponent. And Walii's elected to stick with that Athenian build. Anyway, let's jump into the match and we'll see what happens. Okay, so the chance of a swap round was pretty low, 2 and 6. 33.3%, and we do have a normal round on our hands here. We're going to be playing Nema Center. So the build that Walii has been relying on so far in this tournament, he's going to have to play as it now again. So the same Athenian build, and Soul Invictus has elected to bring a very similar SUEBI build that he used in one of the previous games in the tournament. I think it was the same one that he used against Granitor. I'm not really sure. But you can see he's got 3 different formations or wings designed here. So he's got 2 Kimbri, 1 Wednas, 1 Spearman, Spear Levy, 1 Bloodsworn, 1 Berserker, 1 Noble Rider. And it's going to be the same. Yep, so it's the same thing over here. 2 nice little wings there. The center is going to be a little bit different. We got 2 Germanics and 2 Bloodsworn, 1 Spear Levy, and a Noble Rider Gen. What is the ability? Yep, okay, so it's Vistus Charge General. Now I'm going to put it into forward for a second. So this is the decider. So we'll see whoever wins this will go on through to the grand final of the Risk Tournament 2016. We can see that the Peltas have been pushed out in the flank by Walii here. He's got 2 Thorax Hoplites, no, Thorax Mercenary Veteran, Thorax Picked, Thorax Mercenary Veteran, Thorax. So the line of Hoplites in a straight line. Citizen Cav kind of placed in different spots, just kind of hoping to help out where they can. In the center is where he's going to keep a lot of his skirmishes. We've got archers in the center, Radian, and then Peltas right on the flanks. Getting a good toss there onto those Germanic Scout Riders. Gonna have to be careful he doesn't let this unit get any further ahead of himself. Oh, yeah, looks like he's noticed that and he's pulled them away from that combat there. So again, we're gonna have to, Walii is gonna have to make sure that he can keep his eye on different fronts here, just because of the formation that Soul Invictus has brought. So he's going super wide, very wide out in that flank over there. And it looks like Walii has kind of elected to change up his formation a little bit. He's going to have to box up a little bit. There's nothing, in the rules to say that you can't do this. This is fine. But yeah, just look how wide he's gone. Jesus. So I hope you don't mind. I'm just going to put it into fast forward here. Today I'm going to be looking at these Risk Tournament battles, and then I'm going to play some fucking Total War Warhammer. Haven't had a good chance to play it yet. Very good use of, so the Tarentine's coming out here and pushing back a number of different units. So the Kimbri Bowmen, these guys are going to be able to shred anything that the Athenian build has. Maybe not the Radians, but they're going to have to make sure that they can get the time to kind of fire at different units on the battlefield. Noble Riders coming in here, going to absolutely flatten these Peltas if they're not careful. Yep, there's no Cav over here to support. So they're probably going to knock down a whole bunch of these Peltas and then turn around before these Thorax Hoplites can even get into combat. A little bit slow with this Citizen Cav as well. So they're not going to be able to support, and it looks like he's lost a Peltas here. Wow, these Noble Riders getting shot in the back though. Last minute. These archers also getting some very nice shots in here as well. And Soul's going to take this opportunity to push with a lot of his units here. Walii's going to pull away from this flank here and maybe concentrate on this side. But it looks like he's He's trying a little bit hard to box up and run away from his opponent. And now a fast charge has been activated. These units, the first phase is going to be speed. The second phase is going to be speed and charge bonus. So Noble Riders being pulled through these Peltas. I guess a good use of that unit to get through those guys. And it just means that the charge bonus was not used effectively. These are Pictoplates. Oh dear. Pictoplates are going to take the charge from both of those. Although they didn't have the fast charge bonus applied to those units. So Sol Invictus is going to bring this wing in a little bit closer. And he's going to hope to get a good charge with his Blood Swarm, which he does, which is great. He's going to absolutely annihilate whatever he just charged then. And these Noble Riders, he's going to want to get the charge in here. And they're going to absolutely shred this Citizen Cav very, very quickly. These Noble Riders, he's going to want to get them into combat fairly fast as well, to make sure that they can have their charge applied. These Spear Levy also getting their charge onto whatever they were charging into then. And wow, these Blood Sworn just destroying these units. Thorax Hoplites got a good counter charge without taking a charge themselves. And a couple of units left in the back here to just hold off this wing. I can't see how this is going to go well for Walii here. These Noble Riders also getting in amongst the mix, going to hopefully go after those skirmishes, I'm guessing. But yeah, the Noble Riders doing very... well, I say that. They didn't really do that well. I wonder why. Maybe it was the continued skirmisher fire. Citizen Cav are going to come in here and help out against the Noble Rider Gen. The Tarian Time was able to hold it down for a little bit. Berserkers have gone berserk. How many kills? 93, wow. Blood Sworn getting 53 kills on the Thorax Hoplites. Going to shred them fairly quickly. And the use of these Wooden Spears to hold down these Peltas is done very well. So they have gone berserk in the right place, just in between these two Thorax Hoplites and, or this Thorax Hoplites and this Mercenary Veteran. So probably a good spot for them to go berserk. They're going to be able to get a lot of kills there. These Noble Riders are starting to fail, so Sol's going to get these Wooden Spears into combat with something, hopefully. Noble Rider's going to be able to... Wow, he's pulling out... I don't know why he's pulling out his Citizen Cav here, because it just means that these Noble Riders can get into these skirmishes and help out where they can. Over here, the couple of units that were left to hold this wing have just been destroyed. And even these Bloodsworn are getting into these skirmishes now. So it looks like it's a little bit of a massacre for Sol here. Though I say that a little bit too quickly, because there's a lot of units like Mercenary Veterans, Thorax Hoplites. He's got a lot of these units left on the field. And it looks like all across the battlefield, at least over here anyway, Sol's going to be disengaging. And yeah, he's going to have to be careful as well, because these skirmishes are going to struggle. Wow, the Kimby Bowwomen getting a great charge in here. They're going to kill off a number of these Citizen Cav, actually. They may actually win this engagement. That's amazing. Look at them go. Woo! Amazing stuff there. Only lost one man, and they managed to shred most of that Citizen Cav. They're still charging as well. Amazing stuff. I love that. Noble Rider Gen being chased off by the Thorax Hoplites. He's Walii has lost his a lot of his skirmishes so far. And these Citizen Cav have just been wrecked. Oh, that's so good. Over here, similar situation, but he's getting a little bit of help with those Bloodsworn. Good stuff. Thorax Hoplites holding up a lot of units. Crazy stuff. And a good charge coming in here into the flank by these Thorax Hoplites. But yep, Sol's taking his time at this point, I think. He's just going to be engaging piecemeal where he wants to, and getting very nice rear shots with his Kimby Bowwomen. Those guys have been very useful. I think MVPs, absolutely. He seems to be pretty good at using his Kimby Bowwomen. I think it was the last game versus Sun Sin. Maybe it wasn't. No, I think it was actually. He had a game versus Sun Sin where he used these Kimby Bowwomen against a really strong Parthian build. And it worked out really well. Like, he did really well with those units. So a bit of a surround and destroy mission here. And yep, it looks like a lot of these units are starting to waver and rout. So game 3 goes to Sol Invictus. Very good win for him just there at the end. He almost won that second game, but Walii was able to hold it down with the Roman build. And in this third match, it looks like Walii's Athenian build kind of just let him down a little bit. But that's the way the cookie crumbles in the Risk tournament anyway. The Thorax Hoplites did pretty well. Citizen Cap doing well, all that kind of stuff. Not a whole lot of kills though. And I guess Sol did an excellent job of just breaking up formations. Holy shit. Sending Walii into disarray. He wasn't really able to get a properly straight line organized like he probably would have wanted. And his skirmishers were kind of left undefended. This sucks, man. That sucks. Radiant Slingers, it's always hard to see that happening. 1 kill. Unfortunately, they didn't get the time to kind of make their mark on the battlefield. So yeah, a little bit crappy. But they picked up Pates. Like where they did get into combat, they got a couple of kills. Souls did really well with his Kimby Bowman, of course, but also with the Noble Riders getting around the flank and getting into the enemy Citizen Cav. They were always going to win those engagements where they got a good charge, but they just weren't supported where they were getting in. The Wednair Spear is doing a great job, but holy shit, there's Kimby Bowman. Man, that's amazing. Good stuff. Anyway, thanks guys for the game. Congratulations to Sol Invictus moving up into the grand final against either... Who is he going to be fighting? Let me have a look at this. So Sol Invictus is going to be moving forward into the final against either Sun Sindari or Conceivable. Now, we'll see that those games are going to be played hopefully fairly soon between those two players. And then we'll be moving into the finals. And we'll have it done. We'll have our winner for the Risk Tournament 2016. So hopefully you guys are enjoying it so far. I know I am. But I'll see you guys in the next battle. This is Jujubear signing out. Peace.